everybody.
Okay.
Isn't it weird I'm not talking while this is going?
No, go for it, brother.
No.
Welcome to the
I
Lone
want to
Officer
make it like
Breakfast
different.
Club. We're going to start right about now.
Wonderful. Look at that.
I didn't realize I needed to jump in, but I got you back, bro. Carl's got you back. This point, we'll take it. Chris has got you back.
Yeah, it's always weird when Frank's not talking. We're like, wait a minute, is his
Right.
mic working? What's
It's his
Right.
mic.
is this thing on?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Lone Officer Breakfast Club. Here we are, man. January 6th, 2026. The year's off to a great start already. Hope everybody enjoyed yesterday. Yesterday was a lot of fun. It was more of a conversational breakfast club.
That's great. Yeah.
I kind of like that. You know
I
what I
do
mean? Kind
too.
of breeze. We're bringing stuff up. People are giving us their opinions. We're
Sharing ideas back and forth.
Yeah, and we're correcting them, letting them know that ours are right, theirs are
Well,
wrong.
of course. Well, of course.
You know,
I mean, that goes without saying.
It's a process, Carl.
It's
you
a
know,
process.
it's a process.
That's
yeah.
funny.
So no, yesterday was great. Hey, guys, look, Eddie Skinner's in the house.
I saw that, man.
I'm so glad to
cool.
see him. Hey, brother, how you doing, man?
Talking to Eddie yesterday, and I was
Everything-
like, man, it's been a minute, Eddie.
Everything's better in Texas.
Yeah,
Everything's
baby.
better.
You know,
Yeah.
Come visit us, Carl, but don't come take over here.
Good to see you, brother. You're driving, huh? Are you driving or are you a passenger?
I just got through working out, and I'm about to head to a meeting with a couple of realtors this morning after this. And so, good morning.
So you were working out, huh?
Yeah, I was suffering for Jesus in our, what are we going to be up to, Steve? About 70 degrees this morning?
Yeah, it's
Yes. You
yeah.
guys are, oh my
Yeah.
There you go.
gosh.
It was 80 all last week.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
80 degrees. And I
Yeah.
can't believe it's 80 degrees anywhere in the
Well, I remember
United
last
States.
time you came to Texas to hang out, you got out the car and were like just sweating. You remember that?
Oh, I remember it well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frank, Frankie is talking about, are you driving your passenger? Dude, I got it. I don't know, every month or so, I get a little thing from Tesla. Hey, your car's been updated, right?
Yeah.
So, dude, the new self-driving is crazy.
What
Really?
does it mean?
So, yeah,
Tell us.
I get in my garage,
Hmm.
and I'll say, I call her Dusty, right? That's his name, Dusty, right?
All right.
And I said, because it dusts all the Porsches and Ferraris, and it's so fast, it's
Makes
so
sense.
fast. So they
Got it.
tell me, my insurance.
Right.
So they tell me. I've read reports. It's ripping fast, right? And anyway, so I get in my car now, and I get in the garage, and I'll say, "Hey, Dusty, take me to the nearest Whole Foods." Right? Don't touch any buttons.
Do not disturb.
It opens the garage. It pulls out of my driveway. It opens my gate. It drives me to the Sprouts. It parks in the parking lot at the closest parking space. It scans the parking lot. It grabs the closest one to the front door, and it parks. I never touch a steering wheel. I never touch a brake. I never hit a turn signal. I never pass a car. I don't avoid a little stick in the road or something like that. And I just tell it where I want it to go. And it's crazy good how good that thing is now.
That is so cool.
It's so insane. It's so, sometimes I'll get, and Maria's got a nice car, so she's got a car that as a kid I would have dreamed of having, a little convertible Mercedes, Yeah, you're like you got a super nice car.
Sure.
But anyway, I get in that thing and I go, oh,
I gotta drive. Oh man.
I have such a hard life. And I'm being dead serious. Like it's happened so fast, that it's crazy. Like it is just crazy. In the newest stats, it's 10 times safer than a human driving it.
Wow.
Tesla
Get out.
Yeah, when it's auto driving, it's one accident for every 7 million miles. And when a human's driving a normal car, it's one accident every 700,000 miles.
So what was the Teslas? How many miles?
1 in 7 million. It's literally 10 times that.
Wow. That is incredible.
And Tesla has an insurance now, so you can get your car insurance through them, and it tracks what you're driving and how you're doing. If you let it auto drive, your insurance is a fraction of if you self drive.
That was a question just asked by Shelley. Is your insurance lower?
It's dramatically lower, not just by 10%, 20%, it's slashed if you let it do its driving. And if I don't override it and go, oh, pass them anyway. Oh, you can make this. It's just a little pink in that red on that light. I think so because it monitors that stuff, and as long as you let it do what it does, it's a fraction of what it used to be. So it's impressive.
Golly, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That is just nuts.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm looking for a dear friend of mine. Hang on.
Who are you looking for?
Hey, Robyn, are you here? Speak up.
I am.
Which Robyn?
Where are you at? There she is. Hey, Robyn, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning. I'm good.
So tell everybody where you're located.
I'm in Oregon. So the 5:30
Hello,
p.m.
sister.
on screen was slightly more challenging than I anticipated with even a 4:30 a.m. wake up and all the other things. I was like, wait a minute, I have to be fully ready to be on there.
Oh, don't do that or you'll make the rest of us look bad. So,
Right. What are you doing? Yeah.
so Robyn and I doing a lot of work together.
Okay.
And so she's going to be somebody that we're all going to get to know real well. So good to see you, Robyn.
Well, good morning, everybody. Is everybody else East Coast? Am I the only crazy one here?
No, I'm California.
Okay. All right,
Yeah,
Frank. You're with me.
Yeah, I'm with you, sister. We got some other Californians out here.
I
We
like
do.
it. The
Yeah.
early bird club, right? Getting
That's
everything
right.
done.
That's right. Getting up early, getting to it, man. That's what we
Good
do.
stuff.
Yeah,
Good
good
stuff.
stuff. Well, it's great to meet you.
Yeah, it's very
And
nice.
yeah, looking forward to seeing you more.
Absolutely. Happy to be here. Carl, what do you want to cover today? What are things that we can share to add some? I've never been on, so I'm so excited. First Breakfast Club.
Well, what we talked about yesterday, Frank, bring us up to speed.
So yesterday, what we talked about, Robyn, is since it was the beginning of the year, we talked about the kind of like the three most important things that we should focus on, right? For as a loan officer, to be the most successful we can be daily, right? Our three primary things that we wanted to focus on. So we covered those things. And then today we thought what we would do is cover, well, what are some of the, like the top things we want to stop doing, right? Or not do, basically. And that's what we're going to cover.
And the idea behind that is if I'm going to start doing these three things and my day's already full, I have to stop doing something to be able to start doing something. So if I'm going to, I don't know, if I'm going to go do this thing, I have to stop doing something else because all of us, our day is already full, between life and family and pets and the things that I want to do.
Yeah.
Our plate is full. So if we want to put something on our plate, something's got to come off.
You bet.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a no, right? There's somewhere a no. So it's, we call it start, stop, keep is one of the exercises that we do a lot. And so when we're talking about achieving something, we'll look at, hey, what's the goal? Like you just said, hey, what are the top three things that we have to do? And then what do we need to start doing immediately? What do we need to stop doing? And then what do we need to keep doing that's already maybe part of that equation? And if we're more aware of it, we call it SSK, and we're constantly, what's your SSK on that, right? What's your SSK? And I like little mnemonics that help me remember things. And I'm like, oh, that's in that SSK. And so start, stop, keep, I think is a really good exercise in general for any goal that you have of, hey, am I already even doing a fraction of what's needed right now? And do I need to keep doing more of that, right? What do I need to start doing for sure that without it, this won't be possible? And then what do I know is hindering, right? What do I know is hindering? And some of those things, it could be as simple as a morning routine. And I know that I can get caught up in checking my phone first and not doing morning routine in alignment with it. And so I need to stop maybe picking up my phone and getting caught up in that space versus immediately keeping my phone face down, don't touch it, go do my morning routine, right? And so stop touching the phone. It's little tiny things that your brain goes, up, you said you weren't going to do that anymore, right? And then all of a sudden you're off to the races in achieving the goal, or you're much closer to it.
How do you break that habit though? So like I'm used to, every time an email comes in, a little notifier comes across my screen, and I like that per se, or this other thing that's what. How do you make it so today I stop doing the thing that I know is being an interruption, but I've known it for quite some time, but I'm still doing it. Like it's the old thing of Paul said, I do the things that I don't want to do, and I don't do the things that I do want to do. how do you like really? How do you break
Life
the
would be so
routine?
simple if we just did everything we really wanted to do, i.e., needed to do to achieve the results, right? That would make this much less challenging. We wouldn't need Breakfast Club. So I love that question, Carl. I think for me, the things that have helped me is one, really, really looking at, hey, what goals do I want to achieve and having them everywhere. I don't know if you guys have your goals everywhere, but that's a big thing. If you're not revisiting your goals even partway throughout the day and reminding yourself why you're doing this, what's on the track to get there, it's really hard to stay on track. It just is, right? There's different things that pop up. And like you talked about email and those kind of things, you have to look at it. The biggest thing for me with habits was if I knew there were things that I still wanted to do, but I needed to do them at a different time in order to keep my goals moving forward. Everything had to be calendared so that my brain knew, hey, you have that. It's just at 3 o'clock. It's just not right now interrupting the activities that you're trying to do. And so if, one of the things that I've said, and Carl, I don't know if it's helpful for background. You guys are probably like, who's this girl from Oregon that pops on here? But background for me was I was a top 25 woman originator in the nation. And when I say that, I say it from a space of I'm not a unicorn. I'm every other originator with an NMLS. I just followed a plan and really surrendered to some of the rules that made me uncomfortable. And one of the rules was if it's not on the calendar, it doesn't exist. And so I just really started to buckle down and say, hey, if I'm going to check email, let's say at a minimum you have to check email, I'd say 4 times a day is probably excessive, but let's put it as 4 times a day. If you have scheduled time to check email, you're not panicking about what's in your email because you know it's on your calendar and it's coming. In 20 more minutes, I check email, but right now I'm supposed to be making 2 calls. And that's a difference than I'm supposed to be making 2 calls, but I checked email first and I still plan on trying to get to the calls. Oh, wait, now I have something else going on. And I skipped the calls altogether, but I stayed in my email and that felt productive. Very different, right? In terms of the start, stop, keep stuff. And it takes some mental discipline. And for me, I'm very simple. So I need reminders all over the place. So I have sticky notes. I have things that pop up on my phone. If I need it, I'll write on my bathroom mirror. Like if I'm going to be committed to it, I'm going to yell at myself almost every single day, not aggressively, not rudely, but just remember you said you wanted this and this is the outcome that you'll get because of it.
Hey, Robyn, just one more thing, and then Frank's got. I can't wait to hear your list, Frank. Robyn, just to put things in perspective, as people's just starting to get to know you, how many units did your team do 2025? Just so everybody understands who you are.
Oh gosh,
More or less. More or less.
Yeah, so 2025, gosh, I could pull it. This is hard because I don't technically originate anymore. And so my entire crew, all of my loan officers, oh gosh, Dave and I did just shy of 800 million with 28 loan officers. Let me look at our total production report. I can pull it in just a second.
We have a saying around here: every 800 million of production.
Yeah, I mean that's okay.
So we're good with that.
You can leave it with that. Sure,
that's a big enough of a band.
Okay, great.
So,
my personal team that still kind of runs Team LaVassaur. They ended up closing about 63 million this year between 2 gals covering what used to be mine.
But it took 2 of them to make that 53 million. Great number, great numbers, Robyn. Hey, and one more thing, just for everybody. Robyn, you talk about you have to know your goals. We're doing a live workshop tomorrow. So I've never done this on a Zoom. To have done this in the past, like you would fly in, me and Steve had done this in the past with loan officers where you fly in and it'd be a small room. It'd be like 12, 13, 14 of us, most of the time right here at my house that we would do this. So I'm trying something for the first time ever. And I'm going to be doing it as a Zoom meeting and it's open to the public for loan officers only. And I'll put it in the chat. So we're going to do this tomorrow. carlmasterclass.com. Thank you, Jen. And so just get registered there. When you register, you're going to get an email from Zoom. In that email is a link to go ahead and download the worksheet, the one-page business plan we're going to be doing. And a lot of you already have that one-page business plan. You need a blank copy because we're going to do it live together. And I think it'll be really, really, really helpful. So make sure to join us for that. We're not going to record it because I think this is a thing where you have to be live and interactive. So that's what we're going to try to do, and I think I can pull it off.
What time is it tomorrow?
What is it? Noon. So noon
Eastern.
Tomorrow. Noon Eastern. But if you click on the link there, all the information's right
Oh,
there.
okay. Yeah. Just want to make sure people knew, and that's carlmasterclass.com.
Yeah.
If you're getting value from this already, go ahead and tap that like button. It helps more loan officers find content that actually makes a difference. And hey, if staying ahead of the market and learning what's really working in our industry matters to you, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss another episode. We read every comment, so drop your thoughts down below. We'd love to hear from you and know what's working or what you'd like us to cover next. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you here next time. And the Zoom email will have the link to download the worksheet.
It will. And if you've already registered, so I set that up after we already had like 500 people to register. And so what I did, so if you register now, you'll get it. And then tomorrow morning, 2 hours before we start, so what is that? Like 10 Eastern time, everybody that's registered is going to get emailed out. I'm going to send out an email, says something like the subject line, something like, here's your business plan or something like that. Just open that email and go ahead and download the worksheet. And there's some instructions on there. I want you to go ahead and fill out like one part of it, which is like 10%. The other 90%, don't do anything. Like leave it alone, because I'm going to walk you through it. I think it'll be. I know when Steve and I had done it here in person, like in person with people, it's very impactful. So so make sure you're on that. I think it'll be a really good time.
Cool. It's going to be awesome.
And if not, don't throw tomatoes. I think it'll be pretty cool. So Frank, so
let's dive into today. And first of all, Robyn, so thank you for being here. Looking forward to hearing more from you. I mean, I think the whole team here would, kind of like to rattle that noggin a little bit now and then and see what falls out. You know what I mean? Because sometimes good stuff happens. Carl, perfect example. Shake that head around, things fall out. It's like, hey, that's a good one. So we're going to.
Every 800 million helps.
That's right.
Helps, yeah.
Good stuff. Also, I just want to let everybody know too that Kevin Gillespie is on the call this morning. He's going to be on Thursday. He's going to give us some pointers on overcoming call reluctance. How's that sound? Get the year started, right? If you've got a little bit of call reluctance, come on.
And rumor has it he actually wrote the book on that topic.
Literally wrote the book. Yeah. So we're going to do that. Maybe we could do some kind of a giveaway or something like that. I don't know. I'll have to talk to him about that. But he's got a boot camp coming up pretty soon. But be here Thursday for sure, man. We're going to tackle some call reluctance if you got that happening, which we all do, if we're going to be honest.
And I tell you what, when you tackle call reluctance, that eliminates probably 9 out of 10 problems.
Right.
Yep.
That is a huge solution. Because then the problem comes scaling. It's like, all right, well, how do I, what does my team look like when I eliminate call reluctance? What does my team look like when I go from 3 loans to 20 loans? What does that look like? So that's about 10% of the problem, 90% of the problem, just picking up the phone. So
indeed. So we'll go ahead and jump in today. I do want to, before we get started, I do want to highlight Chris Johnstone because of that haircut.
What a good looking man.
That looks fantastic, man.
I'm just saying, I'm a
shirt.
I'm a straight man,
So
but
Canadian.
if I wasn't, I'm telling you, that's a good looking man right there.
Public service announcement.
All right.
Never fall asleep at the barber.
Yeah.
That's great. All right. So anyway, so yesterday we talked about the 3 things we want to make sure that we do focus on. Someone asked in the chat what those 3 things were. Just to highlight that, we talked about, hey, you got to time block your prospecting time and guard it like it's gold. Protect it like it's gold. Don't let anything interfere with it, right? But we have to have that time block 2 hours a day, at least 4 days a week is what we like to do. So we spoke about that. We also spoke about, hey, if we are going to be pursuing real estate agents for business, we have to make sure that we are pursuing qualified agents, right? We got to make sure that we are going after agents who actually have the business. And the side note that came up from that is you can't just go back. In fact, we had Yewande popped up and was saying, hey, I based that on a year's worth of production. And we said, might want to do that based on 3 to 6 months worth of production these days because things change. We want to make sure we're chasing the right, pursuing the right people to have a relationship with. And then thirdly was don't do it alone.
Yeah.
Right. Don't do it alone. Make sure that we've got help. Right. And that came in 2 different kind of forms. Number one, of course, just being surrounded by a great community, being part of Call Stars, of course, we really promote. Right. And then also if you need some kind of help, extra help, get the part-time assistant, get the overseas assistant, whatever you can do, share in assistance, whatever you need to do to make sure you've got the help to get stuff done. So those were the 3 items yesterday. Today, what we want to talk about is a few things that maybe we need to stop doing, right? Just like Robyn shared, right? Start, stop, keep. I love that. SSK, that's killer. So let's talk about the things to stop doing, right? I've got a few items, but since yesterday was kind of cool, I would like you guys here to say, what do you think is something you need to stop doing this year? Something that you're doing, you know you need to stop. Stop wasting time. Ed, what does that mean? Stop wasting time.
Doing what? Yeah, specifically.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good
very
one.
good one.
Stop scrolling.
Yeah, but wait,
right?
but wait. But I learn stuff on YouTube.
See?
I do. I learn stuff. I really do. So I learn stuff. So I don't want to stop doing that. So how do we
Maybe time block it.
There you go.
The old Friday thing. Hey, I heard something fascinating, Frank.
What's that?
I was listening to I'm a podcast fanatic, right? I listen to hours and hours and hours a day.
Yep.
And I was listening to one where they were talking about Elon Musk, right? Love him or hate him, the guy obviously has moved the needle in our industry, like Steve Jobs and some of the other.
He's got some brain cells.
Bezos, right? Very, very smart man.
Yeah.
He has a unique thing about him, though, is that Bezos is, I say just Amazon, but just Amazon, right? And Jobs was just Apple, right? Elon's unique because he's space, revolutionized the car industry, knocked NASA out of a job, the boring industry. He has all these different companies. And you know what he does? I was listening to him. They said, how do you do it? And he goes, and I'm paraphrasing this. Well, I do Tesla on Monday. I do space on Tuesday. I do the boring company on Wednesday. I do this thing on Thursday.
How interesting. Yeah.
Theme days.
Yeah,
He's got a DSP.
He has a DSP, right?
Yeah.
So he does the theme days like I've done and Steve's done and you've done and Robyn's done, been teaching for years and years and years.
Yeah.
But he has these theme days. And Friday, the reason I bring that up, Friday is our tech day to set up our CRM and dive in. That's why Chris does all his classes on Fridays, because Friday is the day that we set up our CRM with Chris, and maybe Friday would be our YouTube day. You know, because YouTube's got some good stuff, and frankly, being on YouTube is not a bad thing. It's just being on it when I'm supposed to be making my
Exactly.
my Wednesday past database calls from 9 to 11. That's not YouTube time. YouTube time is on Fridays, with CRM day.
Yeah. So it's like Robyn was saying, maybe it's a keep item actually, but we just have to slot it into the right spot.
It's a keep and put.
Right.
It's a keep and put. So we need to put this on Fridays.
Yeah.
And maybe 11 to 1 is my consumption time block where I go consume information and learn stuff and watch a class and see what Chris is doing on his Fridays classes. And,
one of the things that we talked about in the green room, we were going to have this conversation, was talking about consumption, bringing things into our mind, right? And we were looking at things to avoid. Maybe along those lines, though, even if you do have time blocked out for consumption, social media consumption, news consumption, information consumption, maybe we make sure what we're consuming. Right. So don't consume things that are worthless. Right.
Or
don't consume worthless
or
things.
negative.
Or negative.
Or poison. Exactly, Steve.
Poison, worthless. Yeah.
I've always had this thing where
nobody's winning, no loans are closing, people aren't buying. We got to be real careful about that because,
frankly,
wherever you're at, people are
the mayor
buying.
of this city or the governor of this place or this or that
garbage.
Just it's absolute poison. It's absolute poison. And
right.
I think Robyn, I've got this thing where I talk about that I protect my mind like it's I like it because I've got it. I had 2 10-year-old daughters at some point where I protect my mind like a 10-year-old little girl. And that if I wouldn't let my little 10-year-old daughter at the time watch or be a part of this, well, then I don't need to be trashing my mind with it either.
I love
That's
that.
right.
I love that.
That's right.
Yeah, and hanging out with positive people like you and Jen and Kristen and Frank and Kevin and Steve and Nick and Pauline and Eddie and Monica. It's just hanging out with positive. That's the whole idea behind Breakfast Club is hang out with positive people. And the doom and glooms, well, if rates were lower, then I could be successful. and just staying away from that stuff. It's just important.
Yeah, 100%. Well, the mind's the most powerful thing that we ultimately have, right? Like not protecting it seems pretty silly.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So Jared Manley's got a good one. He says, "Stop chasing two rabbits. Eliminate Plan B." And so and I get what you're saying, and you could chime in if you feel like you want to, but you're saying, hey, I'm going to focus on originating loans.
Don't be a part-time Uber driver.
Yeah, don't focus on something else like that. But one of the things that came up from Carl 2.0 when I asked Carl 2.0 what we should stop doing, and
which is an AI bot he has, Robyn, just FYI.
Right, I created Carl 2.0 in ChatGPT, Robyn. So, and he's pretty cool. But anyway, it said don't waste time on activities that don't originate loans, right? So don't waste time on other things, and that could be a plan B. You'd be wasting time on a plan B. But really, we need to. That's why I love the acts of freedom, right? The acts of freedom exercise that we have in animals, where we really go through and lay out. Are you covering that at all in the thing tomorrow, Carl, or no?
In a version of it, yes.
In a sense, you are. Yeah. So essentially, if you guys haven't done acts of freedom, you're going to get a taste of it kind of tomorrow when you do that. But man, you should really do that, because what it helps you do is really figure out what you're doing every day, all day, and you can really identify the things that are just not loan originating activities, right?
And that can be hard to do sometimes, because Steve, I do something, I go, yeah, but I like doing this, and I got some likes per se, right. or something like that, and I feel like it's moving the needle, but then you go, all right, last month, in the last 90 days, how many loans did you write from that specific activity? It's kind of a punch in the face sometimes. For me, it was.
Yeah. True serum for sure, because sometimes we feel like busyness is effectiveness, and it's not.
Yeah. Like the famous story of my kiosk at the flea market.
Yeah.
Right. I had a lot of traffic, and it was fun. It was fun. Had a lot of conversation. Wrote no loan. Just FYI, Robyn, if you ever think about opening a kiosk at a flea market for loans,
not good.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Does not work.
Does not work. If you're looking to sell mobile homes, probably a good place to be. If you're looking to sell mortgages, probably not a good place to be. So,
one of the things someone said in here was don't procrastinate, right? Stop procrastinating. Good one. I think we can all agree with that, right?
Tara, did you really hope I have a kiosk at a flea market too? Tara said she did that too.
Really?
I absolutely did. It was Denio's Farmers Market and Auction in Roseville, California. You know that, Frank.
I do. Yeah, Denio's, yeah. You really did, huh? How'd it go?
I did. We had a kiosk there with balloons and everything every Saturday morning. Talked to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Felt good. Felt important.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Felt like we were doing something, right? It does. But, nothing wrong with it, I guess. But Carl said it didn't quite pan out as well as what? Just sitting down, making some phone calls, getting qualified agents on the phone,
list,
setting appointments, having meetings, calling and asking for the business, probably more effective, right? So we have to really decide what's more effective. So I guess in this case, we could say, don't do things that probably are not very effective, right? If we're going to do things
measured by how many loans did I close in the last 90 days doing that specific activity?
Right. Exactly.
That's you got to put your finger on the pulse and actually measure.
Which is probably a very, very short list.
It is.
It is of what actually works.
Yeah.
It's
what activity you're actually doing that's allowing you to take an app or close loan.
And the thing I got to be careful of, Kristen, is I go, yeah, but I close a loan from it. Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
A loan. That's anything that starts with a loan. Any sentence that starts with that, probably ought to reevaluate. For me, it's like, how did I bring in my last 10? Whether that was last week, last month, or all of last year, or the last 2 years combined. How did I close my last 10 and write down the specific activity that I did to do that? And then, all right, what do they have in common? Just simply do more of that. Back to Robyn's start, stop, keep.
Hey, and when you keep going upstream, it's probably going to lead to a realtor relationship. Well, how did you get the relationship? And then it's going to be probably a past client or sphere of influence.
Yeah.
That's it. The two. two biggest.
Here's just.
So what was the first one, Frank?
The first one was don't waste time on activities that don't drive loans, and it gave some examples here. For example, don't obsess, and these are just examples. Right. So don't obsess over marketing funnels you haven't tested. Right. Don't spend hours tweaking your logo for your website. Don't sit through endless training videos with no action. Right. Just I'm not gonna. Well, I better watch a training video first.
On Friday.
Or you can do that on Friday. But during our prospecting week, our prospecting time, we're prospecting. We're not going to say, I'm not going to do my prospecting because I haven't watched this particular video yet. Yeah. That would be ridiculous, right? We don't want to do that. So, hey, just as a reminder, if you're enjoying Loan Officer Breakfast Club here on YouTube, you can catch our live shows. The live shows are really cool because there's oftentimes downloads and giveaways. It's really, really fun. To subscribe, you simply go to loanofficerbreakfastclub.com. That's loanofficerbreakfastclub.com. Subscribe and join us on our live shows. They're 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. Hope to see you there. Yeah, we're kind of at the top of the hour. We kind of hope this was beneficial today. I think it was. We had some good stuff there. Brad, you got your hand up. What do you got real quick?
Yeah, this might be a question for Chris. In model match, if we're talking about making sure that we have qualified agents, and we know what the definition of that is, it's at least 8 buy sides in a year. Is there a way to filter that search so that we find out that the buy sides also included mortgage loans, not just buy sides that could have been cash?
Man, that's a great question, Brad. As far as I know, no, you cannot filter that stuff out, but I'll have the team dig into it for you today, and they'll shoot you an email if we find out.
I know that I've been able to, when I look at them, I can see their production, I can see how many loans they've done, but you then have to do that for each realtor that you're pulling up. You have to really dig into it. So if there was a way to filter that, that would be a better, a good way to get real qualified agents.
I don't, but and that's a great question, Brad. Frank, I don't know though that, like, if I'm working with realtor Robyn Johnson, just say, I don't know how Robyn Johnson would have, well, she attracts all these cash paying buyers as opposed to, Christine Smith doesn't. I don't know that realtors attract all cash buyers unless you're like in an area like Miami, we have a lot of foreign money coming in or something like that.
Well, I'm down here in Southwest Florida, and that really is.
Good point. Yeah,
it really is an issue down here. I mean, really 90% of the transactions done, there are actually agents who, if you try to deal with them, they will say, I only want to deal with cash customers.
Yeah, and that is a real thing down there. It really is a lot.
I mean, I'm with.
However, last I looked, Clermont, Florida, is also in the state of Florida, and
well, no, that's true. And I do search in Model Match. For other areas.
As Kristen just said, get a bigger cup. Like
there's no question, and I'm trying to follow that. But again, I'm not just looking down here in Southwest Florida.
Because that is an issue in Southwest Florida.
You're just saying, Brad, if I could search by that in Southwest Florida and find
that'd be
some
awesome.
that aren't all cash, I might target those guys. So I think Jeff
It
Morgan
would be a good thing if we could do it. That's all.
Yeah, it looks like there might be a way. Jeff Morgan saying that, but Chris said his team will check it out for you too. But we'll check it out.
Good
question.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Chris is a great resource. Isn't he a nice guy?
Thanks, Carl.
He's a nice guy. And you know what, man? His wife is the sweetest lady, other than the lovely Mrs. White and the lovely Mrs. Kyles and the lovely Mrs. Garay. She's like the sweetest lady ever.
Well, she have to be.
She is just amazing.
Yeah. Oh, I married up. This is
no. You both hit a home run, buddy. So anyway, all right. So number one, what was number one? Just real quick.
Number one, just make sure we're not doing things that are not giving us the highest probability of originating.
Requiring brutal honesty. Number two?
Right. Number two, I don't know. We had so many. What somebody picked.
I thought, but you're
the list that we have. Yeah. Well, number two is don't work without a plan. Right. So make sure we have a plan.
Which we're going to do that tomorrow.
Right. Don't work just like, well, what should I do today? Mm-hmm. Right. Make sure we've got a plan. Right. Mm-hmm. So don't work like that. And above all, no matter what, don't put off making your calls. Right? Don't put off making your.
Don't wait. Don't wait until I feel confidence. Because confidence happens after I do something, not before.
Yeah. Don't find a reason. Right. We said yesterday we have to have our prospecting time blocked in. We protect it like it's gold. Right. But when that time comes, we're making the calls. We are making the calls. We're not finding a reason to sidestep that or put it off and somehow feel justified in it.
Good stuff. Nice. Hey, I know I'm not supposed to say this, but Steve, I just found out March 3rd and 4th.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing an event here in Clearwater.
That's great.
And so I'm going to use all of my coercion that I can muster up. Maybe Kristen and Jen and Frank and Steve. And I know Robyn, I know Robyn's coming for sure. And so we're sending out to our members first to make sure that we have room for the members first. And then if there's any spots available, we'll let you guys know. But that's going to be March 3rd and 4th here in Clearwater Beach. It's all new content. It's a fantastic. I'll be sending out some information, but if you're a member, reach out to Kristen and Jen or whoever you reach out to, and they'll go ahead and start putting the list together or start compiling a list to make sure that you get a spot there. So we do these really small. I think it's more impactful. So it's more. This is going to be more of like a workshop experience. And we're
is this going to be in the garage kind of thing, Carl?
No. This is going to be on Clearwater Beach, and dude, the location is just killer. I mean, and let me tell you something. Yeah. Clearwater Beach in March is awesome.
Yeah,
like about the time you're tired of trudging in the snow. For those of you in the Great White North, March 3rd and 4th will be a welcomed reprieve. It's usually no guarantees, of course, but it's usually just stinking gorgeous down here. Yeah. And we're doing it on a Tuesday, Wednesday.
Oh.
And so some people are going to be coming in a little early. Some people might be staying a little late and making a spring break vacation out of it, because it's a killer place to bring your spouse or your kids or your mate or whoever. So good stuff.
Good stuff. Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it booked. I have it time blocked, so I should be able to.
Yeah, it's gonna be epic. I'm really looking forward to it. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Cool. Good stuff, man. All right, guys. Well, let's get after it. What do you say? You guys
hey, just in the chat real quick. What's one thing you're going to stop doing? One thing.
Yeah. What's the thing you decided? I'm going to stop doing this. Or you're going to slot it somewhere else.
Or slot it somewhere else.
Get it out of the way. Yeah. What are you going to do? What are you going to stop doing? Put it in the chat.
Marty, stop checking emails.
Stop watching social. Put off. Stop putting off the calls.
I know we're way over time, but Steve, you just mentioned you're on a fast. And we're way out of time. Officially, we're over. Hey, but just real quick, Steve, talk about your fast real quick.
So we're every January and August, we do 21 days of prayer and fasting. So in the mornings, a bunch of us meet and we pray for an hour before the day gets going. And then on the fasting, you can fast food or social media or news. And so for me, it really has to be consuming the news and media. For me, I want, it's a way to reset your mind so that you focus on the good things and get rid of the noise. So for me, it's 21 days of no media and fasting that. So
of any type.
That's crazy.
Emails, yes, but media.
No, I get it. But I think like media, does that include social
news?
Media?
Yeah. Well, social yes, all of it. So the whole point.
So the team might be still doing postings, and you're still doing
for sure
work stuff. But as far as like going on there and browsing and scrolling,
and like my son, it's interesting. He's 14. And he hasn't had a phone for the last couple of weeks. He was like, Dad, I didn't realize how much I was actually on my phone. And I think for us, we just, it becomes a distraction. You and I were talking earlier, you can pick it up sometimes 200 or 300 times a day and you don't even realize it. So fasting is just a way to stop. And I love that, Robyn, where, the start, stop, keep, because maybe that's something we do. The first part of this year is just take a week to stop allowing social media to be a distraction from what really moves the needle in our lives, whether it's family or work. And I think it's both, it's easy to be distracted instead of actually putting the pressure to advance in your life. So
I love it. I think I'm going to fast watching Chippendales on the Chippendales channel.
Oh, that's great. Well, only for a couple days.
So we'll see how that works out. So anyway.
You know, Joe is a really good one in the chat. Stop solving everyone else's issues versus working on my own. We could do a whole Breakfast Club on that one.
But Kristen, it's much less painful for me to solve your problems,
right, than to solve my own.
But I know the answer. I know the answer.
Yeah.
Funny. Yeah,
good stuff.
Good stuff.
Thanks,
all
Frank.
right. Let's get out of here, you guys.
Good to see you, Robyn.
Again tomorrow. You guys, Robyn, thanks for joining us today. Come back again, and we'll catch up with you guys here tomorrow on the Loan Officer Breakfast Club. Brought to you by the Mortgage Marketing Animals. Adios. See you.
Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for being here.